Emeka was the only child of Mr. and Mrs. Chibuzo. As a child, he grew up in comfort. His father was wealthy, respected, and admired in their community. Life was good, and young Emeka believed it would always remain that way. Then everything changed. His father's business collapsed, and the family gradually lost their wealth. What hurt Emeka the most was not the poverty itself, but the way his mother treated his father afterward. When his father was rich, his mother praised him. When he became poor, she insulted him. She called him lazy. She called him useless. She mocked him whenever she had the opportunity. Day after day, Emeka watched his father shrink under the weight of humiliation. Deep inside, he blamed his mother for destroying his father. As he grew older, he made a promise to himself. If I ever become successful, I will never allow any woman to treat me the way my mother treated my father. Emeka became a successful contractor. He was wealthy beyond what most people knew. But because of the trauma he carried, he built a strange life. He married 2 wives. The first wife was Chika. The second wife was Angel. Neither woman knew about the other. To Chika, Emeka pretended to be a struggling man trying to survive. To Angel, Emeka lived like a king. Chika and Emeka lived in a modest neighborhood. Their 2 children attended public schools. Their uniforms were old and worn out. Meanwhile, Angel lived in a luxurious home. The child attended one of the best private schools in town. She drove expensive cars and enjoyed a life of comfort. Every day, Emeka played both roles perfectly. Whenever Chika earned money from work, she handed everything over to him. Emeka would collect it and thank her. "My wife, thank you. This will help us survive." Chika never complained. She loved her husband. She trusted him completely. She believed he was doing his best. To support the family, Chika worked at a hotel and later got a cleaning job at a large salon. Living next door to Chika was Mrs. Idoro, a woman famous for gossiping and minding everyone's business. Almost every day, Mrs. Idoro mocked Chika, but Chika never argued. Unknown to Mrs. Idoro, Chika knew a secret. Mrs. Idoro's husband frequently visited the hotel where she worked and was often seen with different women. Whenever Mrs. Idoro insulted her, Chika simply smiled and walked away. At the salon, a wealthy customer named Angel frequently visited. Angel was generous, elegant, and kind. The workers admired her. They often praised her beauty, her expensive clothes, and her successful husband. Angel would sometimes chat with Chika. She admired how hardworking Chika was. Neither woman knew they were married to the same man. One day, Angel traveled abroad and later returned with gifts for the salon workers. She brought clothes and gifts for Chika. Over time, Angel grew fond of her. Then one day, Angel gave Chika 100,000 naira. "Use this to start something for yourself," she said. Chika was overwhelmed with gratitude. She went home and immediately handed the money to Emeka. "My husband, this woman is like an angel from heaven." Emeka quietly collected the money and kept it. The business Chika was supposed to start never happened. She continued struggling. One afternoon, Angel began noticing that Chika's condition never improved. One day she asked her, "Why do your children still look like this? Didn't you use the money I gave you?" Before Chika could answer, another salon worker spoke up. "Any money Chika makes, she gives to her husband." Angel was shocked. "In this generation?" Chika defended Emeka. "My husband is trying his best." Angel became curious. One afternoon, Angel was driving home after leaving the salon when she saw Chika walking under the hot sun. "Chika!" Angel called. Chika turned around. "Madam, come in. I'll drop you off." Chika hesitated, but eventually entered the car. As they drove through the neighborhood, Angel asked about her children, work, and family. Chika thanked her repeatedly for her kindness. When they arrived in front of Chika's house, Angel stopped the car and dropped her off. At that exact moment, Mrs. Idoro was sitting outside her compound as usual, observing everything happening on the street. The moment she saw Angel's expensive car, she stood up immediately. Ha! Isn't that Angel, the famous fabric merchant? Smiled politely and waved before driving away. Mrs. Idoro was stunned. After Angel left, she rushed to Chika. Where did you meet that woman? Chika smiled. She's one of the customers at the salon. She's very kind. Mrs. Idoro couldn't stop talking about it. Do you know who that woman is? She owns one of the biggest fabric stores around here. Her husband is rich. That woman is very influential. From that day, Mrs. Idoro became curious. A few days later, she visited Angel's fabric store to buy some materials and personally thank her for helping Chika. While she was greeting Angel inside the store, her eyes suddenly landed on a well-dressed man standing nearby. The man was wearing an expensive suit and speaking confidently on the phone. Mrs. Idoro froze. It was Emeka, the same Emeka everyone in the neighborhood believed was poor. Confused, she turned to Angel. Madam, who is that man? Angel smiled proudly. My husband. The words hit Miss Idoro like thunder. For weeks, she secretly watched and investigated. Then she encouraged Chika to ask Angel for work.